Okay, so welcome to the first round draw for the Europen, which will be posted on eurobowl.eu and the Eurobowl Discord server, so please do sign up to that. The link will be in the description of the video. This is the draw for the first round of Europen, coming after the video with the first round for Eurobowl. Now, this comes with a couple of caveats in that there are a couple of changes still pending on this one, and there may well be changes during the week as people have flight problems or personal stuff comes up, but we're hoping that the draw shouldn't change, but a couple of individual matchups might change. Not many of the races will change or the rosters, but people might have to sub in as we go through. So with that caveat ahead, let's see what we've got. Now, the interesting thing with the Europen is that a lot of nations have taken the approach of having a dedicated Europen team to go alongside their Eurobowl team, both to sub in if someone happens to drop out of the main Eurobowl team, or to also get a bit of practice for Eurobowl style play, or just to make a squad of 12 basically. So there are a few of those in there, so we'll highlight those. But apart from that, there's also a few other teams. Apologies in advance if it's more UK focused, the teams that I know. But please do draw attention to any other big teams if I don't happen to notice them. So with that said, let's have a look at what we've got. So starting, it's always fun to see who's on board one in the first round. Obviously, it's completely random, but we've got a very agile team Gonzi with 2 elf, 1 Skaven and a vampire, and then we've got a fair amount of Bash on the other side. So we've got a classic matchup in round 1 with Bash against Dash, I suppose, but more agile. So we'll see who comes out of that one. We then have our first Europen team on table 2, which is Sweden. We've got Pidpad, Vicky, Oberwald and Grumpelkins. Quite an experienced team there, recognising a few of those names. And then we've got the Red Hot Chili Bowlers, who I think are from the UK, recognising a couple of those names as well. Your name here is a particularly excellent one. But yeah, that should be a good one. Then on table 3, we've got the France Europen team with some very experienced French coaches on there. Similarly to the France main Eurobowl team, you'd expect them to be very strong. And they're coming up against Beardlust, who've got a Goblin on their team. They've got an Underworld Denizens team coach as well. Not many of those. Would have seen a lot more of those this time last year. But obviously the nerf came through, so the number of Underworld diminished somewhat. Moving on, we've got the United States Europen team. Again, very experienced players, and great to have them crossing the Atlantic. And they're taking on an Italian team, the Minotauri Boomers. Moving on, we've got the Hungary Europen team. As I said in the other video, Hungary have taken part in a number of Eurobowls and will be hosting next year. So it may well be, because of the hosting, that a number of these Hungary Europen teams are either on the organising committee for next year, or it might be that they move up to the Hungary Eurobowl team next year, as the Hungary Eurobowl team might provide some of the organisers for the event, which is what's sometimes happening. And the second Minotaur themed squad name of so far out of 5 or 10 squads. That's pretty impressive. Calypso's Maltese Minotaurs, who presumably are from Malta. We then have Team Finland up against the Forge Breakers. Forge Breakers are a very local team to me. They're from Chippenham, just down the road, and the sender was on my World Cup team, so he obviously got a taste for it. Probably won't be as much fun not being on my team, because that was excellent, but I'm sure they will have a nice time anyway in the lovely Greece. We then have Halcones Maltesers. Apologies for any pronunciation. Looks like another Maltese team. So we've got the main Eurobowl Malta team, and then we've got 2 Maltese teams so far. And then we've got Hit Me Baby One More Time, who are from Newcastle. Yudlagar is a particularly prolific Goblin coach, so Don Pimpon might be thinking, haha, I've got Goblins in the first round, but he should definitely beware of Yudlagar. If you're going to lose to Goblins, you're probably going to lose to Goblins with Yud. I think Don Vito has been on Team England, and Walker and Stephen 82 also good players. We then have Europen team Germany moving down, and they're up against Switzerland. So a little bit of a derby there. I know Tojerub is sort of German as well, I think. So certainly a good matchup there. It's a very good local derby. There might be a bit of edge to that one, but I'm sure all played in a good spirit. As we move on, we have a first Snotling coach for Renegados Lusos coming up against the Skavens. And then they are up against Errol. Don't know much about these two squads. We then have Team Greece. So quite impressive that the Greeks have managed to get a Euro Bowl team and a Europen team, as well as providing a load of people adminning. So that's good. And they're playing against Jamarima, who are Finnish, got the mighty Beer. If you haven't heard of or heard Beer before this weekend, you're fairly likely to hear him during the weekend. He's a very loud man. But that's all good Blood Bowling. Two teams next that I don't know very much about, Darts Lovers and Two Up, Two Down. I think Two Up, Two Down are from the UK. And I should probably know where the Darts Lovers are. It looks like Belgium, Holland, I'm going to say, somewhere like that. We're looking at Magic Toad and Jalma. Apologies for not being exactly right on that one, but it's from that sort of area. We have the Equipe de Francois. Now, I mean, Team France, obviously. Team French, anyway. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with there, exactly which is the official France European team. But we certainly have a French team there. So they'll be very strong. Some good players on that team. I think I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not going to guess. But I think some of those have been on Team France before. And the Quatuor Plagas. Moving on, we've got the official Team England against the non-official Team Wales. So Celt, Atlas and Shepherd have all been on Team Wales before. I'm not sure if that other Asian guy has, but he's certainly a decent Welsh coach. So they Planav Ugagas, I'm not sure what that means, probably Welsh. But yeah, they're up against the official Team England. So that's going to be a really crunch match, that one is. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out of that one. The Team England team is very strong, obviously helmed by Gegster, who is one of the most experienced Blood Bowl coaches in the world, either second or third in number of games played behind Lycos. Nippy's been on Team England. Thulian and Scouseboy are both excellent coaches. So one to watch there. If you're at a loose end, head to table 49 and check out what's going on there. But again, apologies if I'm being UK focused. Next we have Loners Sen Fronteras, something without loners, without frontiers, I guess. We've got Blockers Without Borders. I wonder if they're in this one. I'm not sure they are, because they've been maybe disbanded a bit. But yeah, Loners Without Frontiers. And again, they've gone for the all block capitals. And they're up against a British team, so Ploppy, Touchdown, Tetra and Vulture Squadron from sort of southeast area of England. And then I'm going to take a little break there so that I don't lose the whole thing. But back in a moment. And we are back. We got to the Loners Without Frontiers. It was like no pause at all. We have some more Welsh coming through. So that's good. We've got I think we've got a main Eurobowl Welsh team and then 3 Welsh European teams. Let's see how many we can spot as we go through. Yeah, I think Scab has been on Euro Bowl before, Europen possibly, and Lighttown I think has been at Euro Opens before. The other two might be new to it, but will do a good job, I expect. And Geffley Burning Goats, don't know anything about them. Sparkling Ambrosia against ECBBL Dangerously Competent. That is a big claim to be making. So ECBBL is the Edinburgh Castle Blood Bowl League, which is one of the biggest or oldest London Blood Bowl leagues, and similarly, as I was saying with Gegster, VM Cat is one of the most experienced Blood Bowl coaches as well. He's got 900 odd NAF games and lots of other good coaches on that list as well. They're a good league, so will be a stern challenge for Sparkling Ambrosia, who I don't know much about. But Nostromo is the name of the spaceship from the aliens. That is a cool NAF name. Right. On we go. So we have the Pomeranian Trolls, and now we have the Largonauts of Ladonia, who don't have a Euro Bowl team, but do have a Europen team. Ladonia being a made-up country who are keen to get into Euro Bowl. I'm sure they won't mind me saying that. Yes, some strong players on there, and they'll be have fun against the Pomeranian Trolls. We've then got Northern Ireland against the Scalatori. I'm guessing Italian with the I on the end, but apologies if that is wrong. Northern Ireland didn't manage to get a Euro Bowl team together, but are working towards that, I believe, and have got a Northern Ireland Europen team with some decent players on there. Got them some American outcasts, including the marvellous Old Man Monkey. I'm surprised the team's not named after him, to be honest. But yeah, they will have a lovely time. And the Pirates of Wind. Trying to think if I can recognise those names. I think might be French. But again, apologies if wrong. We now have the Republic of Ireland Europen team. Again, taking the approach of taking a squad of 12 who will likely be in a future Euro Bowl team. And they're up against the Kittens and Kula. I'm not quite sure what that means, but they've got Saruman on their team, which seems like cheating, so especially as there's no wizards allowed. Last Action Herons, which I think is a Heroes pun, against Water Bowl, who are a very, very strong team. I think came second in the Europen last year. I've got some excellent players, so the Last Action Herons will have to pull out some heroics to overcome them. Nuffle's Rejects have taken a risky approach of angering Nuffle and are up against ABBC Calathea. Apologies if any of the lettering has gone wrong with the squad names. That might have been in the processing, but who knows. We then got Europen Scotland, so the Scottish Europen team to go alongside the squad of 12, up against the Dragons, who I think are the official Europen Welsh team. So that's Scotland against Wales in the official Europen. And then up, I think there might be a change in the lineup for those Dragons, as one of them I think is moving into the Euro Bowl team. So, but keep an eye out for that one. So Full Fat Beard might be playing someone else, I think. We've then got Epica Przygoda. There's my marvellous pronunciation. Up against Team Denmark. And then moving on, Bologna Bowl from Italy, from Bologna, predictably. Bologna Bowl, a very strong league, so they are sending Roller and his chums. I think Roller is one of the, again, a very, very experienced Italian coach. And they're up against the Mega Men with, I think we're French, I think Harty has been one of the top ranked coaches around as well, so that's going to be a really strong one. So again, head to table 97 I think if you want to see some top quality Blood Bowl being played. Speaking of top quality Blood Bowl, we've got Les Az, which I should know better how to pronounce because they have been on the podium for the World Cup, and that is going to be a strong challenge for Il Cavaliere della Java, but Java's not on that team, so I don't know why they're called that. We've then got Cursed by Nuffle, again a Nuffle-themed team. That I wonder if the Nuffle ones are combined with each other, I'm not sure. And they're up against Hey Listen, who are a podcast squad of Dizzy Best, Giraffe, Tree and Cauliflower. I don't know if they... Yeah, Dizzy Best does quite a lot of streaming, so will there be any video recording going on here? A bit of live stuff going on would be quite fun, but we may well get a few reports from that as well. We then, speaking of podcasts, two tables next to each other with One World, One Blood Bowl, Purple Chest, Martian, Grave and Igni. One World, One Blood Bowl being Purple Chest's podcast YouTube thing that happens every few weeks and covers the whole of Cyanide, Fumble, Tabletop and so on. Worth a listen. 3 Portugal, I'm guessing, are Portuguese. Don't know why it's called 3 Portugal. Maybe 3 of them are Portuguese. We then have the Hackflem Globetrotters, Team Red. So these are just up the road from me, from Cheltenham sort of area, if you know the UK. And they have built a decent travelling experience, including lots and lots of exciting merch. So if you want to check out tracksuit tops, hats, shorts, all sorts of fun stuff, go and see table 113, Team Red. But also they are quite good at Blood Bowl, so they will be up in the top quarter, I think, as well. 4 to the Floor, I don't know anything about them, but they will have a fun first round because these guys are good. Right, Team Italia, the official Europen Italian team. No doubt will be good. And Monoikos Princess, I'm guessing, are Greek. But apologies if not. Actually, possibly not. because Tolkas I don't think is. Moving on, we've got Zeus R Us, very good. Old Man Draco, these sometimes are called something to do with old men, but they may pretend to be old, but they do know quite a lot about Blood Bowl, including Peter D, who's the nicest man in Blood Bowl, Trillenimore, who is the membership director, and two hangers on, really. Wonder if they'll listen to this. Right, Mr. Selector selected. Scandinavian, I think, but that should be a fun first round. Actually, I'm a bit disappointed in Zeus or Us. They haven't gone 4 stunties. I think they went 4 stunties to either Malta or possibly to the World Cup. Actually, it must have been Malta, but did quite well. So they're obviously up in their game a wee bit. I think Trillenimore might have come top, or top stunty or something like that, but he did very well anyway. Moving on, Althea are always a very, very strong team. So Munich Rumbleruski have got their work cut out for them in the first round, but it's good to start with a challenge, isn't it? Yeah, lots of Italian Team Italy players, basically from the past. Yeah, very, very good players. Good dice, bad dice. Yeah, could go either way. Up against PL de Minotaura. I think Spanish I'm going to go with on this one, just because I know Granota is. We've then got Salzbowl Wolfgang, I'm guessing a German team. DBL All-Stars, they are a UK team from the Dragon Bowl League, I believe, down in London. One of the bigger leagues around in the UK, and a decent quality of Blood Bowl. Lots of players in this Europen, isn't there? It's absolutely massive. Right, Delta Tau Chi. Yeah, go leading into the what's it called? The US frat sort of numbering type for the squad names. Some good squad names in here. Up against the Raiders. Don't know anything really about any of these two teams, but good luck to both. Similarly for Brothers San Fronteras, again without Fronteras. So I wonder if these two are related, the two without Frontiers teams. And Black Cats, I'm guessing French. Onwards, Norway Europen against the Gingerbreads. Was this the one that was mentioned as a Norway derby potentially? Yeah, so one of the official European teams and possibly one of the non-official European teams from Norway. Then we've got Les Brutes, guessing French, against the Lion Cubs. Don't recognise those players, but good luck to both. ECBBL, again, Oedipus Rex, very good. Rex as in REX, being king. Yeah, some good players on there, again from the Edinburgh Castle Blood Bowl League. Oh, and this is kind of a local derby then against the Pitch Invaders, because I think they're certainly London, and I'm not quite sure whereabouts in London. I don't think they're ECBBL. They might be Dragon Bowl League, but somewhere around there anyway. So that is, we're looking for local derbies. That's going to be one. We've got a third Minotaur team, the Minotauri Rabiosi, against Tactics and Theatrics, who are a team, I want to say, from the north of England, who are very good, and would expect them to be doing well. And at that point, I'm going to pause and then come back for part 3. Okay, part 3, here we go, and we are getting into the last 2 pages of the draw, which is going to be huge. Luckily, it's going to be on PDF, so you can just use Control F and find your players. Blood and Tears are a Blood Bowl 3 league, and they've got quite a few decent players in there, and this is the contingent that they are sending to Europen. I thought there might be another Blood and Tears team. Let's see if they turn up. And they are against Deadline. And then we've got Boss EDF, I'm guessing French, yep, a few French coaches in there. I don't know if they're related to EDF, the French electricity company. Let's see. Santo Lovers. So I think we started with Santo Lovers at the beginning, Squad Slaanesh, and now we've got Santo Lovers Squad Corn with an ogre. I think is that the first ogre coach I'll see there? So yeah, good luck to him. I'm sure the Stunty Cup will be fiercely fought. Then we've got Les Canutes, possibly a French team. Another Underworld making an appearance there. Up against Giros y lo Monger. I don't know. That's where I run out. Spanish potentially, but with Giros to something else. Don't know. Yes, enjoy the Giros possibly. Don't know very much about these two teams. Got Shots Majorani against another Zeus team. And then we've got Malta Europen. Gosh, okay, so we've got other Maltese teams, and then this is the official Malta Europen team. So there's that 3 or 4 potentially Maltese Europen teams, which is fantastic. The Blood Bowl scene in Malta is obviously very strong. Kapow! I like very much in terms of a team name, and British Dog is not British, I don't think. So interesting to know where that NAF game comes from. Moving on, the Madrid All-Stars probably are from Madrid, and Kraskowski Smoky, I'm guessing, are from Poland, but could well be wrong on that one. Hackfam Globetrotters Team Blue. I think Team Red had a colon in their name, but don't want to be picky about this. But again, 2 of the Hackflem Globetrotters teams. I want to say that Team Red look a little bit stronger, but let's see how the weekend comes out. They're not called Team A and Team B. LBG West. I don't know where LBG is. Democratic Republic of Yorkshire. Yorkshire is not a democratic republic, I don't believe, but they can represent from there. Yorkshire being in I want to say the north of England. Let's go north. And they're up against Netherlands, which may be a democratic republic, actually. Oh no, it's a monarchy, isn't it? They do have a monarch in the Netherlands. But yeah, that looks like the official Netherlands European team. Liot against Carnage and Glory. Excellent. Don't think about those teams, but yeah, enjoy. Brixia Lioness team. I wonder if they are lionesses. I wonder if they are a female team, or if they're just called that for fun. Sergeant Nuffle's Unlucky Block Dice Gang. It's a 3rd or 4th Nuffle themed European team. Leftover All-Stars. I think lots of these teams are leftover All-Stars, aren't they, if we're being honest? No, surely not. Against Wrecked Mate, which I assume is how that is pronounced. Nice team name. Munich Rumble from Munich, and against Austria, so that could be another localish derby if my geography is at all good. The Expendables against Romania. Interesting. So I don't think Romania have got a Euro Bowl team, but fantastic to see them having a European team. Maybe in a few years we will see a Romanian Euro Bowl team as well, which is fantastic. Passionate Arc Rock Fan Club and Otsuak Mesatarias bring up the bottom table, and that is your 432 coaches, which I think is probably a big old European. Can't remember if it's bigger than Malta or not. I'll check that and get back to you. So, hope you enjoyed that quick whistle-stop tour of the draw up on eurobowl.eu. Feel free to come on the Discord and have a chat through it. Otherwise, I will see you in Greece.